Evening, Chris.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well. Yeah.
Good. Obviously. I had a question come in. How do young players get selected at a trial?
Okay. Well, it depends what sort of trial, I suppose. Let's presume it's a one-off trial event. So players feels they've got to impress at that event. Clubs are trying to move, or academies anyway, are trying to move away from those sort of trials because they can be pretty hit and miss. But they still happen. They still happen a lot. So, okay, if you're going to a trial, what can you do to get selected? The first thing, really obvious thing, but it's really important, is don't be late. Now, any of us can be late for anything because of traffic or trains and so on. So that's understandable, and you would definitely make sure you've got a phone number, or the parent has got a phone number that they can message to the person organising the trial, the one who's invited them, and explain why they're being late. And that happens. That can happen to anybody. But then you wouldn't believe the number of times that I've been holding that sort of event. A kid is late. We may have been told that they've been held up in traffic or whatever. And when they turn up 20 minutes, half an hour late, they sort of wander over to where the trial is going to happen. Now, be on time. If you have to be late, run as soon as you get there. Get there quick. Show some respect for the process. Help yourself out by making that initial impression. But ideally, get there on time. And then when the game is going to start, you might be played out of position. Be ready for that. And that may be because the club have got, or the academy have got a lot of players in. Your centre mids, say, they've got a lot of centre mids. They might be looking for centre mids, and they've got to switch people about. Make sure before the game, you as the parent or the child lets the coach know, oh, his best position is this, and hopefully he gets a chance to play in that. But if not, don't worry yourself. Don't fret. You've got to trust that the people doing it, people running the trial, the scouts, know what they're looking for. And to be honest, if you're centre mid but you've got to play right wing, well, your control of the ball, your movement, your touch, your understanding of the game, your communication, they're all going to be the same whatever position you play in. So all of those can be demonstrated, and you shouldn't be discouraged if you're not in your ideal position. We know that can be frustrating. But then before the game starts, just make sure you've got a clear picture, either that you have in your head anyway, as a player, or you've asked the coach, what do you want me to do when we've got the ball? What do we do? What do you want me to do when they've got the ball? Those two things. That's all you need to know. In whatever position you're playing in, either you really understand your role and you're thinking to yourself, right, I'm a centre mid. When we've got the ball, I'm going to make myself available. I'm going to get up support play, whatever. When they've got it, I'm going to pick someone up. Two simple jobs. Make it easy in your mind. And then just focus on getting the basics right, first of all. Easy layoffs, easy one-touch passes, two-touch football. Don't overcomplicate things. Don't have too many touches. Play it simple. Get your game going, because you're going to be nervous, and that's fine. Use the nerves. Just keep it simple. Do the basics. Whatever it was that got you identified by a scout in the first place, trust yourself, believe in yourself, do the simple things. People come on trial and they think, oh, I've got to beat 6 men and, hit a worldie in the top corner. Well, it's great if you can do that, but that's not often, why you've been selected in the first place, and that might not be your game. Get the basics right and build on there. You're almost certainly going to be playing up a level. You're going on trial to go up a level. So make sure you show you can play quickly, you can increase the tempo in your game, and you can raise your game, and do it by doing the simple things well. Trust the people who are watching, trust the process. And then as the game goes on and in the right areas, then you can show what you can do in terms of beating people or whatever, or being extra clever. But give yourself a chance, because you're going to be nervous. Get in the game. I've heard a load of things said and seen things on social media, people advising, if you want to get picked out by a scout at a trial, wear fancy coloured boots or headband or something. This is just nonsense, Play your game, keep it simple, have a clear picture in your head of what you want to do, and trust the professionalism of the people who are doing their job that they're going to pick you out. They don't need gimmicks. Just trust your own ability. And then the last thing I would say, and it seems a crazy thing to have to say, is work hard. You would not believe, again, the number of kids that I see coming on trial and off the ball, they don't work to get back. If they lose possession, they don't seem to think that that's a problem. Towards the end of the game, they're not making the runs off the ball. They're not asking for the ball. They're not being brave and wanting possession. I just can't understand that. If you want the trial, if you want to be successful, you've got to work hard on and off the ball. Don't come and give half measures and expect to get picked out. Then just, it's a matter of doing your best. And that's the most that you can do. If you come off the pitch thinking, I've given everything, I can barely walk off the pitch, and I've given my best and I've tried my hardest, then that's all you can expect to do. And then it's a matter of, fingers crossed and hope you get the call.
Thank you.